happy belated Valentine's Day. I did mean to post this video yesterday, but obviously the day got away from me with all the great stuff, so that's good. I'm happy, I spent a really great Valentine's Day with my boyfriend Scott. But this video is actually about another loved one of mine, and that's what this week's mental health video is being brought to you by, is love, obviously in lieu of Valentine's Day. But I was actually also making this video for somebody's birthday. Somebody very special to me is my mom, and it was her birthday just a couple days ago, and so I wanted to take a moment to celebrate her and do something kind of different for her birthday instead of the traditional gift. And so what I decided to do is ask a couple of people that were really close to her, friends and family, to send me a little story or sentiment that they had about her, and then I would take the time to kind of read those messages that I got from them. And I thought, too, that this was a kind of important practice for me to get into, which is just, hearing how other people have appreciated her in different ways that I may not always see her as, which is, she is my mom, so we have a very different relationship than her and her brothers or her and her friends and things of that nature. So I just thought it was really, really cool to just hear from other people how much my mom means to them, and just for different reasons. And I just have learned and been growing more and more appreciation for my mom, and I know I don't say that enough, Mom. I hope you're having a good time in Turks and Caicos with Jen, and I hope this video gets to you guys safely. I've kind of already rambled on for a little bit, which, I do. So I pulled up a couple of text messages from people that I had asked just to send me something about my mom. One of them being one of your brothers, Uncle Rob. I actually texted all your brothers, and we're going to hear from all of them. So your brother Rob remembers, he has a lot of stories, he says, but one in particular was when him and Richard had swimming lessons, and they decided on a particular day that we weren't going to go. This is Rob talking. So we pretended that we were going, and we went out around the block and thought that we were in the clear. We were proud of ourselves. But just when we thought that we were in the clear, Mary came around the corner and we were sitting ducks. She was really firm and sent us to class. And I think he goes on to say that he does appreciate, sending him off to class and being stern with him. And it's kind of interesting hearing from, some brothers of my mom, of how I can see maybe Mama hasn't changed all that much. Because I can get a sternness from her sometimes too. So, another brother, Uncle John, my Uncle John, so my mom's brother, John. He says, I have several stories. I remember her being my second mother. Grandma would say I didn't have to finish my supper, but Mary wouldn't let me leave the table until I was done. I also remember rushing on my bike from the old spaghetti factory when Mary was having you. So when Mom was pregnant with me. I arrived in the hospital covered in sweat, ran to find Mary, only to find out that she hadn't had you yet. So disappointed. And he actually mentioned that story at our birthday dinner, the one about him having to finish his supper. So again, another example of my mom being firm but fair. So Mom's brother Andrew. Your mom is amazing. Unfortunately, I didn't realize that until much later in my life. And after many years apart. Boy, did I miss out. I know that we have become closer in the last couple of years. I miss being able to come visit any time, although she might get sick of me. Lol. She's a great mom, as evidenced by you and Jenny, and a loving wife, as evidenced by the love I witnessed by James. Wish we could be there to celebrate. Much love and blessings from the West Coast. So Andrew lives out west in Vancouver, and that was his little message, which I thought was really sweet. You can be away from your family sometimes for a bit, but they're always your family, and maybe when you were younger you didn't appreciate it as much, and I know that's what I'm coming to terms with now too. I obviously really loved and appreciated my mom when I was younger, but I maybe expressed it in a different way, and I think I have a whole new kind of appreciation for her now. So from Lois, I believe. So Lois says, a story that captures a fraction of my gratitude I feel to have Mary in my life is when I got a call from Taylor. It was approximately 3:30 in the afternoon, and Taylor called to ask if I would pick him up from school. I told him it was not possible, to which he replied, "That's okay, I'll call Mary." It didn't matter what I said next, because call her he did, and drive him home she did. My point is that on our own, we are inadequate in meeting the needs of another person. Mary fills in the blanks in many areas of my life, and usually without being asked. My life is easier because I was lucky enough to move in across the street from Mary. I thought that was really sweet. We've known Lois and Locke for a really long time, having lived across the street from us, and their son Taylor's been like an older brother to Jen and I, so we're definitely really grateful to have them in our lives too, and it's really neat to hear how lucky they feel to have my mom in their life. I'm going to actually end this video off with a phone conversation that I had with my mom's best friend, Wendy. And she had some really, really fun, awesome things to say about my mom, but also mainly went through all her letters she had from her. You guys seem to be pen pals for quite some time. She has letters from like when you were 13, when you were 21, so it was really kind of funny to hear what your train of thought was closer to my age, and just hear about your relationship that you have with Wendy, which I definitely aspire to have. So yeah, I really love you, Mom, and I hope that you find this video warming and that you love the messages. And so I'll just sign off with a goodbye, and I love you, and I hope all is well, and I hope it's not raining too much in Turks and Caicos, and just love the rest of this video. I hope you like what Wendy and I had to say.
Really cry was because she went tree planting. It's the one I sent you. Oh my God. Like,
yeah.
The fact that she's so humorous, and you may have to piece this together and stuff, but I've got to get my glasses. Oh my gosh. Because first of all, the fact that she was even going up there, I mean, I never even tried, for goodness sake, but we are not that tight. And I think she kind of, it sounded great and you'd make $1 million, but it took her, after 1 week, she hadn't made anything.
Right.
She didn't make a cent.
Oh my God. That's so funny.
But even before that, she says, Dear Wendy, May 30th, 1987, where to begin? So much has happened. Well, Saturday rolled around and your parents were kind enough to give me a ride to Yorkdale parking lot where we were to meet the tree planting bus. Kath and I sat in the back of the car thinking, what the hell are we doing? Finally, the bus arrived. Wendy, you should have seen it. An ancient school bus, spray-painted gold, a layer of dust covering the seats. This was our form of transportation for the next 20-plus hours. The 12 of us were taking this bus. We just looked at each other and we laughed. Either that or we would cry. We ended up going to our boss's farm in Collingwood, etc., etc. And then I'll jump here. So as we were going, I ended up driving with one of the foremen, Barry Murray. He's very nice. Anyway, we left the farm at 4 p.m. and 50 minutes later, one of the truck's back left tires came off. I'm sitting there, watch 2 tires bounce past me. The whole convoy stopped. It's really neat because each truck has a radio, so everyone knew what happened. The truck had to be fixed, so it was decided that the bus and 2 trucks would continue and 3 would follow once the truck was fixed. Finally, we were ready to roll. At 1:30 a.m., one truck ran out of gas, so we had to siphon gas from another truck. At 3:30 a.m., the truck that lost its tire was having problems again. Here we are at 3:30 a.m., pulled over on the side of the road. Ingrid and I are huddled in the front of one of the trucks. Okay, here we go. They worked on the truck so it got fixed. Do you know how hard it is to find anything open at 6 a.m. on a Sunday morning? Finally, we found something. So obviously they're way up north. They don't know what they're doing. All of us were totally exhausted, and we started getting really giddy. We saw some pretty strange looks. Finally, about 9 a.m., we were ready to head off. Okay, and then I want to go here. So I want her to get to the actual campsite. Okay. Let me just say that tree planting sucks. After a week, I still wasn't making any money. Then, like a miracle, they needed another cook because we had another contract to go to, and the crews were splitting up. So they asked me, and I said yes. So on Monday, May 18th, myself, 2 foremen, and 15 planters headed to our new site. The place we are at now is a junior rangers camp, and we're really roughing it. We live in heated trailers with our own room, beds, washrooms, etc. Okay, yep, I'm the cook. Today is my 12th day, and no one has died yet. At the beginning, I was cooking for 19. Now we are down to 15. It sounds like she lost some.
Oh my God!
God, I only hope Mom and Granny could see me now. The only trouble with the job is that I have to get up at 4:45 a.m. and get breakfast going and then wake all the planters. I overslept a few mornings, and in brackets it says not good. The pay is great, $100 a day, and I'm certainly learning a lot. I now know I'll make a great mom. I just have to find a guy who wants 18 children.
Oh my God! That's awesome.
So carry on. You have lots of work to do, my friend.
I do, but I hope to hear from you soon.
Okay, sweet pea. I love you.
Love you too.
Okay, bye.
Bye.